food security has multiple aspects, and you've written about it. Let's talk about India's own situation with food security. Would you say we are food secure for largely, or there are lacunae?
I think we are largely food secure, and there's no doubt that there's been a transformation over the last 60, 70 years in Indian agriculture. In fact, I remember there is a graph that Professor Kurosaki, a Japanese professor, prepared for South Asia, for all of South Asia, over a 100-year period, agricultural production. And if you look at 1900 to 1950, roughly, stagnation. No change in yield, no change in output. No, in India. So under the colonial robe. So it was Pakistan, Bangladesh. It was a bigger India picture. And then you look at the graph after 1950 and just see a complete change, a sharp increase. So I think we don't have to go into the details of agricultural statistics. It was visible what happened. In the 4 years between 1966 and 69-70, yields of wheat doubled, which had the previous doubling had taken 10,000 years. So, I think that is why it's called a green revolution, because it was a totally dramatic change. And wheat, and then it was followed by rice. And so India today is more than self-sufficient in wheat and rice. In fact, we are a big rice exporter. It's bringing in a lot of money now, particularly exports of basmati rice. But as we don't want just rice and wheat, we know we need a diversified basket of food, and people want to have other things along with their roti and chawal. And the two areas, the two crops, set of crops, I would say, that we are still dependent on imports, we're not producing enough, is pulses or lentils. And as you know, some or other kind of dal is part of every Indian's meal, whether it's in North India or South India. We're importing lentils from Australia, from Canada, from different countries, and oilseeds. So we have made huge gains, not only in rice and wheat, but also in milk. We had the milk revolution. We also have big expansion in recent years in horticultural production, in fruit and vegetable, and so on. So we've seen first rice and wheat, then the food basket diversified. 80s and 90s were a period of crop diversification. So if you take the trajectory of the last 50, 60 years, but we are lacking in these two very important set of crops, because there are many oil seeds. There's soybean, there's palm oil, there's groundnut, there's mustard, sesame, and so on. There are many crops here, and similarly in lentils, there's a whole range of pulses and lentils that are there. So we still have work ahead.